So this is the 2014 WRX customer car. You wanted to do some budget fender flare install. So we're going to be taking you through the process of getting that done, from completely uninstalled to getting it painted, and then fully installed and finished product. So there's the flares. The rears and the fronts are different. Two backs are the same, two fronts are the same.
Yeah, the flares were supplied by the customer. Seemed like kind of a budget, low quality flare. I've never installed these ones specifically. They seem to be like a universal application. The fronts and rears are almost the exact same flare, so we've kind of chosen, walked around the car and chosen kind of which ones we want to sit in each corner. Now we're going to start mocking them up and kind of bolting them to the car and go from there.
All right, guys, picking up where we left off. We got the car up on stands, and we're getting the wheels and tires off to give us a little bit more room to get this job done.
You hold it exactly where we think we're going to want to have this beast. Maybe these were for this car. I mean, there's a little bit of a cutout right here. Kind of almost matches where that badge goes.
Yeah, so you can see that.
Yeah, right, so maybe these were actually for these.
Model specific.
I'll have to ask him where he bought these from, just in case anybody's curious. All right, I think that the main places we're having clearance problems for this car specifically is right in here, and then right above in the top here. So
I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see that. Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit there. So,
all right.
So what we've got now, we've just taken a few self-tapping screws and kind of mocked it up as to where it's going to go before we start moving any further. Didn't necessarily put them in very tight, just enough to kind of hold it up there and get everything kind of settled in. Now we're going to repeat the same process on the back.
So we have the back mocked up here. The flares are a bit long here. We're gonna, partially because of the lip he's got going on here on the side skirt, we're gonna trim right down here so that flushes up there. Also hangs down to the back a little bit, same kind of thing. We're gonna trim a bit off the bottom just so it matches up with the body line of the rear bumper. But I think it'll turn out pretty good. All right, so we got all four mocked up, screwed down to the body. Next is gonna be kind of figuring out where we need to trim the rear ones, refit them again, and then trim the car.
And we're not going to have to do any modifications to the front flares. Modifying the flares themselves.
stuff through the plastic. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little washer on the inside of the bumper, so this has something to clamp down to, so when it mounts, it's nice and sturdy.
All right.
Nice sturdy mounting point in the bumper here.
The point that we're at now, we've taken kind of a whiteboard marker and just marked up the spots where we're going to have to modify the portions of the bumper, the quarter panel. You know, clearance issues are mainly going to be in the middle and towards the front, so we're not going to take too much off the rear. So at this point, we've got all the cutouts done, and just kind of touching up the inner area where the cut was made so that there's no exposed metal.
Alright, we got the flares all painted. Now all we need to do is, using the provided foam tape and the hardware, get them all mounted up to the body. Use a little bit of Loctite on that hardware to make sure that they stay in place. Flares are all installed now. Came out pretty good.